What's up, guys? Yeah, another video. Holy crap, back to back. Yeah. What's really good? I already seen some comments from when I posted the last video. It's pretty funny. People are saying, somebody said, I don't say what's really hood, I say what's hood with it. It's so funny. So that's awesome. Anyway, you know me, been watching more of My Retro Life, and it got me thinking of a good topic here. What games, without cheating, did you beat when you were a kid? When you were a kid. So obviously when I was a really little dude, I played a lot of Nintendo. Okay? Not sure at the ages and this and that, but I was pretty young, man. Some notable things I beat without cheating. Definitely Contra. Me and my brother used to beat that all the time. Super C. Could beat those easily. Those are two of our favorite games, so we played them a ton. We beat Life Force. Then you had the epic battle that I've told the story of a million times. But if you've never heard it, I'll tell you it again, and that is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I did not have the Mike Tyson's version. According to my brother, we used to, but something happened to it, and my dad had to rebuy the other version with Mr. Dream. So he did, and we were playing that. My dad used to play it too, and I still remember my dad used to be like, Soda Popinski, and stuff like that. And he always liked it. My dad always liked it where when you beat him up between rounds, they'd have like the bandages on him and stuff. He'd be like, you just get to see what you did to him. You knocked the crap out of him, you know. But anyway, my brother, so what happened was I'd always get the Mike Tyson. And keep in mind, I didn't know the Tyson code. So I would always have to get the password that you have at the newspaper, which actually goes to Super Macho Man first, then you go to Mr. Dream. So nowadays I can just destroy Super Macho Man so easily, and he's never been an issue for me because I fought him so many freaking times. Because every attempt I wanted at Dream, I had to beat Macho first. So I would get so nervous about fighting Mr. Dream that I'd be thinking about the strategy. I'd be sitting there looking at it, and it'd be at that, you know, that first screen that you have before you hit start when it says like he's 99-0, and then it shows your record, and you know, and you're just sitting there waiting to start, and then when you press start, it says round 1 and everything. I would get so nervous that I'd sometimes I'd walk away and like go watch a TV show or something like that, and then come back to it. Because I'd be telling myself like, I'm not ready. I'm just not ready yet. I'm not ready. I gotta wait, you know? So I would keep getting closer. I still remember when I got the first minute 30, where he doesn't just knock you down in one punch anymore with the dynamite punches. And I still remember that and being like, oh, he's doing something different, you know? And I'd be sitting there trying to figure it out and everything like that. So I ended up winning. So first of all, I never knew until I got older that you could win by TKO. Because all the boxers before that, like the later boxers, Mr. Sandman, Super Macho Man, you could not win by decision. You can't. It'll automatically choose freaking the other opponent. So I was thinking, oh, you can't win by decision on Mr. Dream. There's no way. So that was always the thought. So when I seen that when I got older, I was like, what? Like decision? Little Mac? What? Like, I'm actually really surprised they did that. Because when they were doing stuff back in the day for NES Hard, to give you a decision win is like, wow. I'm really surprised they didn't just automatically pick him every time. You have to knock him out. Like, if I was making the game, that's what I would have done. You have to knock him out. So I won by a knockout. I'm assuming it was round 3. I don't remember exactly the round and this and that. But I remember doing it being like, oh my God, I did it. And my brother didn't even believe me. And my brother was over at his friend's house, and then he came home. And I kept it on that kill screen. So the kill screen at the end shows your record and then has Little Mac standing there like this, you know? And I'm like, B, because I called my brother B, I beat it, dude. I beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And he's like, no, you didn't. And he looked at the screen. He's like, no, you didn't. He's like, what'd you do? Did you cheat or something? I was like, no, I beat it. Like, we didn't have Game Genie or nothing. I was like, no, I didn't cheat. I beat it. And he was just in this disbelief because to him, no, this is like impossible to beat. You know what I mean? No, you didn't. You did not beat freaking Mr. Dream, dude. So I ended up trying again right after. I was like, fine, you don't believe me? And I beat Mr. Super Macho Man, and then I got to Mr. Dream. He kicks my ass. And my brother's like, see? Later in life, I showed him. Like, yes, I did. You know what I mean? And like later in life, I mean like a week from then or a couple days from then, I showed him. And he was like, oh my gosh, you did, you know? And I still think to this day that B didn't. B, if you watch this video, yeah, I don't think you've ever have. And that's crazy. He needs to go back and do that. Some other notable games we beat are like Commando. My brother beat Bayou Billy. He beat that once because when I got to the end of that, when I got older and I started streaming, I got to the end of Bayou Billy and I was like, I've seen this before. And then I thought, my brother beat this, dude. And then I confirmed that with my brother. I was like, hey, when we were little, did you beat the Adventures of Bayou Billy? He said, yeah. He's like, you were sitting there watching me. And I said, I thought so. He's like, yeah, you were sitting there watching me once, dude. And I was getting through the whole game. And I was like, that's impressive as a little kid. You know what I mean? But, anyway, yeah, Commando and then Guerrilla War. But Guerrilla War, you had unlimited lives. Gunsmoke, beat that when we were little. Ninja Gaiden got real close, but it would always throw you back. You know, and once it threw you back as a little kid, you're just demoralizing, you know? That's just demoralizing. You couldn't do it. I remember my dad almost beat Simon's Quest. He was really close. But we followed my dad's notes one time trying to beat the game. And my dad had all the little notes in the back of the instruction manual. So somebody's got an instruction manual out there with my dad's notes in it, which is badass. But, anyway, yeah, so we never beat that. Never had any of the other Castlevanias, believe it or not. I did a video on my whole collection as a kid. Never had Battletoads either. I only played Battletoads over at my cousin's house. And we were really good at Nintendo, so they wanted us to try it. And they're like, get past the turbo tunnel, and we didn't. Because it was like our first time trying. If I owned the game, I bet you we would have got past it for sure. I don't know how far we would have got. I think it's hard to say that we would have beaten it. I'm almost going to go with no, that we wouldn't have. But it depends how much we like the game. Because, see, if we liked the game a lot, we played the heck out of it, man. But we were really into, like, shooters and stuff. Like, if I would have owned Gradius, I would have beat that. Because we beat Life Force. I'm trying to think of what else. But I really wanted to know your guys' stuff. Super Mario 3, of course, we beat. I never beat Super Mario 1 when I was a kid. Because I could never figure out where to go on the last level. The maze. I didn't know. And I'd get so, like, annoyed with it. I wouldn't understand what's going on. I'd be like, why do I just keep repeating it? Oh, here's a game that we beat when we were little, and my brother got kind of mad at me because we were kind of playing it together co-op, you know, taking turns, and we were figuring stuff out together. Because remember, back in these days, you couldn't look stuff up, man. We beat Dick Tracy, man. I got Dick Tracy for like my birthday or something like that one year, and I love Dick Tracy. I had Dick Tracy action figures, which, by the way, those are sick. And I've thought about collecting those to this day, but I don't really want to get into collecting toys, you know. But we beat Dick Tracy, and we couldn't find Big Boy's hideout, which to this day it's hidden. You have to watch the movie to know where to go. In the movie is where you go in the game, but it doesn't tell you in the game. So I got lucky as a kid finding it because I think I was going on every aspect of the map. I think I was going up and down through it and going into every place. I think that's what I was doing. Until finally I found a really weird place, and I was like, oh, and I ended up getting the Big Boy and beating him, because you just got to arrest him. But I did it when my brother was at school. I remember that I stayed home from school one day, and I played it, and my brother was kind of mad. He's like, why did you beat it without me? You know, and I was like, I know, I just wanted to play it, you know. I was so excited to play it, because a lot of people hate that game. And don't get me wrong, the Genesis one is freaking amazing. But back in the day, we really liked it. Like, I liked that game. I thought it was fun. We'd write down the clues, and we'd try to figure out where to go. And we really enjoyed it. That is one game to this day I'll still go to bat for. That, dude, it's not that bad. Like, we beat it as little kids. It can't be that bad, you know? Really fun game. I did a no death run of it. That was fun. Yeah, other than that, we beat Double Dragon 2 co-op. But the thing was, we didn't beat it on Supreme Master. We never knew about that. So you know how when you beat it on normal, the text pops up and then it goes away really quickly? We never got a chance to read it. So we thought we beat it. We just thought it had a crappy ending, which was normal back in the day. There was a lot of games with really crappy endings, you know? So that wasn't a normal thing. So I remember beating it, but we thought that the clones at the end, the doppelganger, we thought that was it. We thought that was it, you know? So we thought we beat it. Now, if we would have known about Supreme Master, though, I think we would have beat it. Because all it is one boss after that. I think we would have got it, you know, to be honest. I really wanted my brother to start coming over, man. And we'd start streaming and going back to some of these games as when we were little kids. If you guys want to check out the video, I had my brother go back to Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and play it. And I think he got to... what did my brother die at? Was it Mr. Sandman? Or did he die at Soda? It was one of the two, I think. I'll have to go back and check that out. But my brother was watching my channel for a while when I would stream. And I remember he watched me beat Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and he got a hold of me, and he's like, dude, I remember that game was so hard. Oh, my God, you know. And he's like, I can't believe you beat it, dude. Then I did no death run of it, which was insanity. I remember I did that before we went to Disney World. That was awesome. I even surprised myself on that one. I was like, holy cow, dude, I can't believe I'm going to do this. You know, that last boss, though. That's like a Mike Tyson type fight, man. That's tough. But anyway, yeah, man, what are some games you guys beat? I think that's about it that I can remember. I'd have to actually, I mean, I beat some sports games. Like, I beat Tecmo NBA basketball. I played through a whole season of it. I still remember, too, as the 76ers, because they had Charles Barkley. And the reason, you're probably thinking, why didn't you pick the Bulls? You're from Chicago, and they're your favorite team. Yeah, I know, but back in the day, as weird as it sounds, I felt I would never pick the Bulls because I felt like that was cheating. Because I was like, they're the best team in the game, so I didn't want to pick them because I felt like it'd be too easy. You know, I was like, well, if I have Jordan and everything, it's not even hard, you know? So I tried to pick somebody like the 76ers, and the only really good player they had was Barkley. So it was a lot harder to win. But, I don't know, I'm weird. And then, of course, I beat Tecmo Bowl. We had that when we were kids. I picked the Bears, and they had Walter Payton and everything, and I won with them. So we did that a lot, but that's easy, you know? So yeah, other than that, I can't think of a whole lot else. We never beat anything like Ghosts and Goblins. I did have that as a kid, but to be honest, we didn't play it that much, and I don't know why, because to this day I love it, you know. But I guess nowadays I'm just fiending a challenge so much more, you know. We beat a lot of games. Like, I beat Super Punch-Out when I was a kid. Going forward, you know, this is talking about other systems. And we used to rent Captain America and the Avengers. We would co-op that and play it all the time and beat it. A lot of games like that. But as for NES and as for our collection, I would say that's probably about it. I never, you know, we used to rent stuff like Akari Warriors and stuff, but we didn't know the codes. I don't think we did that, you know. There was a lot of times my brother says, oh, we knew a lot of the codes or whatever. Well, we must not have used them though, because I'm telling you, I didn't really remember doing that. We never had Game Genie or anything like that. We would just play the games over and over and over and over and over again, you know. I just pop them all in. I remember as a kid trying to beat Dragon's Lair on the NES. Oh my gosh, dude. That game, we just never knew what to do, man. And that is a game that, you want to talk about grinding, man? Oh my goodness. That game is rough. If you don't look anything up, man, that's hard. I did a playthrough of it, and I'm telling you, how many times did I die? Like, oh my God. So when I beat that finally, it was like, yes! Oh my God. It's that sense of accomplishment. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to come at you. What are some games you beat? You can tell the stories of it. Very cool to get any kind of responses on it. If you do, please make sure to tag me. Figured I'd start up some video game conversation here, because it just made me think of, like, what did I beat when I was a kid? Oh, man. A lot of good stuff. I think that's all there is, though. I'm sure there's more, but nothing I could just remember off the top of my head. We didn't have Mario 2 and stuff when we were a kid. Believe it or not. So weird. You'd think I would have. But, and we also, like, okay, I could tell you a game I got really close to beating when we were kids, but it was the bad ending, though. It was Contra Hardcore. I got really far in that, because when I came back to it when I was older, I was like, oh, this is where I got. I can remember this, and then I remembered where I was. But then, like I said, it was a bad ending, though. There's actually a different path you're supposed to go to get the best ending. So... but yeah, I was super close to getting an ending in the game. Really, really, really close. But anyway, guys, I'll talk to you later.